If you could use an additional 5,000, 10,000, or even up to $50,000 for your business, I want you to hit the like button right now. And let me know in the comments if that is you. I know who you are right now. I can feel you through the screen. You are someone who is selling something. You have either a physical product or most likely a consulting business, coaching business, info products, digital products, and you're making some sales, but it's not enough to kind of keep things moving and make the moves you want to make to go a step further. Maybe there is a program you want to get into that costs a few $1,000s. And if you had that up front, you could get into the program, roll up your sleeves, and go further faster. Maybe it's a piece of equipment you need or a trip you need to make to a certain summit. Whatever the case may be, if you need to hire some people to come on and help you out, or if it is investing in software, then an extra few $1,000s up front would be helpful. And I wanted to tell you about two ways you can get access to this. And in some cases, you can get it within a few minutes. Like there will be some people who watch this video and this applies to them, and they may have the money in their account before the video is even over. Now, that's going to be rare, but it's true. Now, the two ways I want you to think about, if you don't already know this, is a Stripe capital loan or a PayPal loan. Let me explain. If you use Stripe for your business already, you have payment links. People are paying you through Stripe, either directly or indirectly, but through a Stripe account that is in your name or in your business's name. Or if you have a PayPal account that is the same, a business account that you're taking payments with, people are paying for things. And if you've had this for 3 months or more, you could be eligible for a loan that is based on the amount of money that you have already started to make. And the reason they do this is they see you're getting payments in. Let's say you sell something for $100 and you sold 15 of them. They see that you're getting 2 sales per day. They see a little bit of a pattern, some signaling to them that let them know, okay, this person may continue to get paid in this way. And from time to time, they are in the business of offering you a business loan, a capital loan that is essentially an advance on future purchases. This part is really important because what they're saying is we already know what you're doing because we are the platform the money flows through. So we know what you have going. We can do some projections, some math, and we can take our cut before it even reaches you. This is the most important part. So the way it works is, let's say you get offered a $7,000 capital, a Stripe capital loan. And I'm going to show you in a moment, tell you in a moment how to get that. What they will do is they will look at your account, they'll look at you, they'll do, I think it's a soft credit pull. I don't think it's a hard credit pull, but do some research to make sure your particular circumstances. It'll also say it on there. And they'll say, okay, we'll give you 7,000 and you're going to pay us back either 15%, 20%, or 30%. And if you choose 15%, they may say, okay, we'll give you 5,000. If you choose 30%, they'll say, okay, we'll give you 7,000. The more percentage per item you're willing to give them back, the faster they get paid back, and the more they understand you have skin in the game, and the more they are usually willing to lend you. And you're saying maybe 30% of what? I don't get it. 30% of your next sales. So again, let's say you have something you're selling for $100, you've sold 15 of them, and you're going to sell 2 a day, or maybe you think you will, or maybe 1 or 2 a day. When you take the offer and you sign the documents, which are, you need to read them in full, they're real documents that really have you liable, then you are saying, yes, you have my permission, Stripe or PayPal, to go ahead and take this percentage off the top of my next sales, keep it yourself, put it into my payback account, and then give me the rest. So let's say you chose the 30%. Something costs $100. They're going to take 30 or so, give or take. They're going to take $30, put it towards that 7,000 that you owe. And I'm just using certain numbers. These are not necessarily the numbers you will be offered, and you will not necessarily be offered anything. Then you'll get the 70 that goes to you. There's fees involved. That's why I say give or take a few dollars. And then that 30 is okay, they paid the 30. Now they pay the next one and the next one, the next one. And then within a 3-month period, there is a minimum that your payback has to be from those sales. And if you don't reach that payback amount, then that PayPal or Stripe will take that amount from you anyway, will take it from your account. So you're going to have to, one way or another, pay that back. But they give you a good length of time to pay it back. And if you feel like you are going to have more sales and taking this money on will help you, then that's something you could do. Now, this isn't for free. This is not out of the goodness of their heart. They are going to charge you fees. They are going to charge you more money than you borrow. So therefore, you will have to pay back more money than you borrowed. So you have to make the determination of if that's a good deal for you, if that is worth it to you. You're taking on risk, you're taking on debt. And ultimately, it's going to fall at your door if you do not pay it back. And you do not want to get in a situation where you're not paying it back. So how do you know if you're even eligible for this? If you have a Stripe account, go into your Stripe dashboard, look for the word capital in the dashboard menu. If you are eligible, you'll see an offer amount, a fee, a repayment rate, and the terms listed. Sometimes we're eligible and we haven't checked, so we just don't know. Sometimes they will email you if you're eligible, and sometimes they will even call you if you're eligible and you haven't taken a look. And you do not have to accept it if you don't want to do it. Then you choose the amount you want if you do want. You review the repayment details to make sure there's something you feel like you can do, and you accept. Those funds can arrive very, very quickly. They usually take 1 to 2 days, but I have seen them personally take 5 minutes to show up in your account, a refresh. So I have done Stripe capital loans and I have done PayPal capital loans to put towards my business to have upfront capital to do other things faster. Personally, I think it's worth it because of the terms that I get, the terms that I decide are worth it, and because I know that very wealthy people use debt in a strategic way every single day of their lives. So I use it too, to get things that I need faster. And then I go back and I think every single time I've ever done this over the years, I've paid back faster than the amount of time they give me because I get so many sales. So I know that it's worth it. Now I'm also paying extra to do this, to borrow this money. So it may not be worth it to you. So the pros to this is that it's fast and simple if it's available to you. There's no long bank loan process if the offer is already in your dashboard, and it's pretty simple to see if the offer is there. It's also based on real business sales. It can be easier for entrepreneurs who have revenue but may not qualify for traditional bank loans. There's also flexible repayment. Because repayment comes from a percentage of your sales, it adjusts somewhat with your cash flow. There's no investor dilution. You know, I'm a big investor, so I really think it's cool to have investment, but it's not the only way to get resources. This way, you're not giving up any equity in your company. Now, there are some cons, and I want to be as upfront with you as possible because you deserve that. You have to have a Stripe history. You can't just open up an account today and expect to see something show up. If you do not process payments through Stripe, or if your volume is too low or too inconsistent, you probably will not get an offer. Also, you can't force approval. Stripe decides when and if you're eligible. And let me tell you this, if you do pay off your loan or when you do pay off your loan and you think, oh, I'm going to get another offer because you see people getting offers left and right, sometimes they don't offer you, even if you pay it back early, because it's based on a lot of the algorithm and things that they have decided. It also may be expensive compared to a bank loan. The fee can be worth it for speed and access, but you need to compare the total repayment amount carefully. Okay. Same thing that goes with PayPal working capital. You go into your PayPal business account, you go to PayPal's business financing in the working capital area, and sometimes you'll have a banner across the top if you're eligible anyway. You click to see whether you are eligible, and then you choose the loan amount and repayment percentage that you're the most comfortable with. Make sure you review the fixed fee and total repayment amount, and then you accept the offer if the math is mathing for you. Now, PayPal and Stripe both state that borrowers must repay at least 5 or 10% of the total loan amount plus the fixed fee every 90 days, depending on those terms that you selected. They also have a business loan and a loan builder type product, PayPal does, where you can check eligibility in minutes, and PayPal says that checking eligibility does not impact your consumer credit score. So again, for PayPal, if you have a PayPal heavy business, your customers already pay you through PayPal, then it can use the history to evaluate you. Gives you fast access, that's faster than a bank loan in most cases, a fixed fee, and no equity dilution. Your repayment can match your sales, but it could also hold back your cash flow. So you got this upfront amount, maybe you spent it on something, but then every time somebody pays you, they're taking out, PayPal or Stripe is taking out 10 to 30% because you agreed to that. And that could feel, you could sting a little bit for those weeks and months that you're paying that back. So just make sure you're not trapping yourself with something that is a now situation for a longer term. It's not ideal for long-term capital. This is usually better for short-term working capital, inventory, marketing, or bridging a known revenue gap. Stripe and PayPal loans are best when you have revenue, but not enough cash timing. You can use it to buy inventory you already know you can sell. You can use it to cover a short-term expense tied to a signed contract or purchase order. For funding ads or marketing where you already understand your conversion numbers, don't just throw $5,000 at meta ads and you've never tested meta ads before. And you say, oh, well, this must work. No, test it with $5, with $50, and then keep getting better at it. It can help you pay for equipment, software, or production that directly helps revenue come in. Make sure you put pen to paper and do the math. But the thing is, most people don't even know they have it eligible until they check their account. Somebody tells them, go check your account. See if you got a loan offer. Do not use it. I mean, I'm not going to say you do not. I'm not an accountant or a professional, but the riskier ways to use this are to pay yourself with no clear repayment plan, covering ongoing losses, taking the loan because you think maybe this will work and maybe this will help instead of having a plan, or spending it on big branding events or team expansion before the revenue model has been proven. It's not free money. It is a future revenue brought in today. Use it when today's cash can reliably create more future cash.